Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Johnny Christ, and this is Drinks with Johnny Live. Thank you so much for checking out the show. We got a great one here for you tonight. Before we get into everything, though, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight and other nights. And thank you so much for everyone that has bid on some of the items that we're going to be talking about here tonight with my guests. As you know, also want to thank each and every one of the frontliners and essential workers out there still doing their best. A lot of places are reopening, I totally get it, but not everywhere is yet. So this is still a very real thing that we need to thank those who are keeping us safe together. And I'm going to go ahead and thank Sweet Drop CBD. There's a lot of misnomers about CBD oil, cannabis oil out there. It's not going to alter your mind. It's not supposed to. If someone's claiming it does, they're dead wrong. So head over to sweetdrop.com. They have all the lowdown. They tell you exactly what cannabis oil can do for you and your health. It's a health supplement. That's really what it is. I use it daily, and if you want to try it out, use promo code DrinksWithJohnny and receive 20% off Sweet Drop. It tastes good, and like I said, it's a health supplement. I'm not going to get into everything about what it can do for you. Just head over to sweetdrop.com. Learn everything you need to know about cannabis CBD oil and use promo code DrinksWithJohnny. Receive 20% off your order. All right, now without further ado, we got that shit out of the way. I'm gonna bring in my two guests of the evening, and we're just gonna kick it off and have some fun. How you guys doing tonight? Jamey Jasta, Chris Santos. How's everyone doing?
What's going on? How are you, man?
I'm doing
What's
great.
up? Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too, man. Well, shit. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks, Jamey, for being here. We had a great time on Tuesday night, Chris. I think we got some eyes on the auction that we're going to be talking about here tonight. So
we did.
Mission accomplished to an extent.
Yeah, I had such a good time that I was telling my wife that, you know, by the end of next week, after we do 4 of these in a row, I think I'm gonna have some separation anxiety from you the following week.
Hey, you know, I'm always around. Unfortunately, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon.
But yeah, so stoked to have Jamey on. Jamey, it's nice to see your face. It's been a minute.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, man. Well, we all have a connection from different ways. Like when I was on the phone last month with Chris trying to set up this 4-part episode that we were going to do, he mentioned he was friends with you, Jamey. And I was like, oh, Jamey Jasta, I fucking know him. It's been a long time, but he was there when we were our first time on Headbangers Ball when you were hosting there. I don't remember if we met on a festival before that or not. Had we, or was that the first time?
Yeah, I think we played together once before that, because I remember Shadows Fall like telling us about you guys. Yep. And they were like, these guys are gonna be big, and I think we played, I want to say it was like somewhere in Pennsylvania or something. But when you played New York, I remember it was a big deal because the whole staff from MTV2, we all came to the show. And
that was like the Hammersmith or something like that. Yeah.
No, it was a venue that's not even around anymore. This is even before you were a guest. It was like, I think I want to say inside the company they were toying with the idea of bringing something a little heavier towards TRL. Yeah. And it was, can a band, cross over from Headbangers to TRL? And then we went to the show and we saw like, the next generation of kids coming up, getting dropped off by their parents and stuff. It was exciting to see because we thought, all right, yeah, this is a band that's, their audience is growing up with them. It's like it was like the new generation. At that point, I had already been.
Yeah, that was a crazy time for us at that time. It was what we wanted, but we didn't expect it at the time that it came, if that makes sense. We're just kind of like, oh, this is happening now. Okay, let's go for it.
Well, I think, internally knowing what was going on behind the scenes and sort of what bands were bubbling up and they, with them having to make a choice of like who was going to be the band, I think you guys were the right band to do that with.
Oh, thank you.
And Korn, I just had Brian from Korn on, and I remember I wasn't an employee at MTV2 when it happened, but I do remember my friends telling me like Korn is on TRL, like they've crossed over, they made it with Got the Life. So, it was a very select few bands that they did that with every so often. And it was, I always say high tide raises all ships. So, I mean, in hindsight now it was great because it brought the spotlight on Atreyu and As I Lay Dying and Lamb of God and Kill Switch, because you guys became that gateway band for a lot of people, and it was cool that you had the kid with the Hatebreed shirt in your video too. That didn't hurt.
Oh yeah. I mean, it wasn't like we went out and found him. I mean, it was just, it's the community, right? I mean, at that time, I mean, as I said, we were on numerous festivals together, and then I know that that's how you met Chris. He was telling me the story on Tuesday on the Mayhem Festival, right?
Yeah. I think it was Mayhem Festival we met, or it was Louder Than Life, or one of those things. Jägermeister brought us together, you and I, Jamey.
Yeah, where they made the meme out of us.
Yeah, exactly.
What was
I'm not afraid of a little heat is the meme.
Yeah.
And I never knew what a meme was. I know there's other ones like of me, and I was like, is this good or bad? I didn't know, but now I guess it's good,
All memes are good, I think. I don't know.
What's funny
it
about
was like
that
me
is,
like screaming on stage, and it's like I got a fish this big.
That's fucking rad.
People think that we all know, being in part of the metal community, what a tight knit community is, and everyone's so cool, but the outsiders always think that everyone's so hardcore and tough or whatever. But even being inner circle to an extent, I always thought, Jamey, that you were like very scary individual. Like every Hatebreed is an intense band, and you were intense even on MTV. And I remember when I met you for the first time, I was like, motherfucker, he's the sweetest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. What a nice guy. And you really have been. You really have turned out to be a really great friend. We gamble remotely together, him and I. Him and I always text each other when we're
What kind of gambling are you talking?
We both play roulette, and we both play the same numbers, so we text each other how we're doing.
Okay.
Well, we were before the pandemic, so as soon as Vegas opens back
have you guys tried the virtual roulette, or is that
No, not yet.
I did. And it
you did?
It was not good.
As bad as it is, probably normally, it's probably that much worse virtually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we play the same numbers. Although I've said. They're opening Mohegan here June 1st, and I said to a buddy of mine, I don't want to go, but play these numbers. And I told the numbers. I don't think we should say it on the show.
People are going to steal your numbers. They're going to see you at the roulette table one night, and they're going to be like, I'm going to fuck that guy over.
By the way, Jamey, we're opening a restaurant at the Mohegan.
No way.
Yeah, we're opening a TAO. It should be open by the end of the year.
Wow.
Awesome. Congrats.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
You'll be seeing me there as well. Yeah. But I want to thank, I want to take a minute, I really want to take this hour as much to shine a light on Jamey as much as possible. But I want to thank you. We're doing this 4-episode arc of Drinks with Johnny. It's courtesy of Drinks with Johnny. It was his idea. We started, sorry for anybody who heard this last week and has to hear it all over again, but my company closed over 50 restaurants and nightclubs across America and in Singapore and Australia, and we laid off close to 5,000 people, or furloughed close to 5,000 people, and many of them haven't even gotten unemployment yet because the unemployment system is so backed up, right? And so we started this TAO Cares Employee Relief Fund, and we've been raising money. We've been doing a good job raising money, but it's also going out as fast as it comes in. We've actually paid for, I think we're over 10 funerals now for family members, work family members who've lost family. And we've got, the backbone of our industry, our servers, our bartenders, our dishwashers, our cooks, they a lot of them, weren't in a position to have a huge amount of savings or whatever. No one could predict this pandemic. And so we're doing everything we can to help them. So to that end, Drinks with Johnny invited me on for 4 weeks with a couple of special guests. And we couldn't be more happy that you're here. We've got a bunch of auction packages that you can go to. I think Johnny will give that information out later, but we saw some good traffic even just from Tuesday. We've got some really cool packages. Jägermeister is kind of the official sponsor of this. They've donated some really amazing packages. I've got some sort of chef-specific restaurant packages. Johnny's got a sign base. I'll let him talk about it some more, but the whole point is we're just trying to raise a little money here and awareness, but also have a really good time. So thank you so much for being our guest this week.
My pleasure.
I'm acting like it's my show, Johnny. I'm acting
hey, you're co-hosting this shit. We're doing this shit together. That was the whole idea. Jamey, I don't know if you know this. Me and Chris were in talks. We met each other back when we were, I think we were mixing City of Evil, and we went to one of his restaurants he had at the time in New York City. That's when we first met. And then one of our producers, not knowing that, reached out to Chris's camp a few months ago, and he said he was going to be in LA, and he's like, oh yeah, I know the guys, I'll come do the show. And he was going to come do the show in person. That obviously fell through amidst the pandemic. So we reached back out. We wanted to do something good with our platform here at Drinks with Johnny. We just wanted some way to give back. And we looked around and we saw that Chris already had this fund already set up, and we said, perfect, let's reach out and see if we could collaborate on an idea where we can raise some money. And after kicking it around for about a few weeks, going back and forth between email and phone calls, we were able to come up with this cool idea where we would open an auction for a certain amount of time. This one is actually going to be going till June 7th at 7 p.m. Pacific time, and that's at thisischrissantos.com/auction. It's right down here, everybody, right there in the description. That link will take you to where you need to go if you want to bid on any of these items. Plenty of really cool items. We'll keep talking about them. Yeah, so we talked about it. We got it together. We reached out to a few friends, and Chris was like, "Oh, I could get Jamey Jasta." I was like, "That'd be fucking incredible. I haven't seen him in years. This would be like a reunion of some kind, right?"
Yeah. I think because I saw you
disappear for 1 second. Don't get nervous. I'll be back.
The awards, and I want to say we didn't have a lot of time at the award. I think it was the Loudwire Awards, and I was like, "Yeah, I got the podcast. You should come on the podcast." Yeah,
dude, I do remember that. I think it was the Loudwire ones, and I apologize for not following up on that because, as you probably noticed, I had been probably about 3 sheets to the wind at those Loudwire things. I'm usually having a good time at those award shows. But yeah,
I think your publicist did get back to me. I think what happened was the tour, or one of the tours. I want to say it was the one with the Rage Against the Machine band.
Yeah.
It got like postponed or canceled.
We had to cancel that.
I was like, all right, no worries, and then I think after that, I don't know, but hey, we're here now. That's all that matters. And you have an open
I want to
invite.
congratulate you on your podcast, though, man. I saw that you are now 524 episodes deep. I mean, that's not just I'm just gonna dabble with this podcasting thing. I mean, like, you're fucking doing it, and you're on this. Is it Gas Digital? Is that the network?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Okay.
Yeah.
How are you liking it there? Were you always on Gas, or were you on a different network?
I was on Paragon before and switched over to Gas because they actually gave me equity in the network, which is something that we could have never had back in the day on Headbangers, and so it's like we're just a little more DIY and entrepreneurial.
I got it.
On the Gas side, so it's very cool, and we're subscription based, but we always do like the latest 15 episodes free. So right now, like, you can see Trevor from Black Dahlia Murder, Head from Korn, Jack Osborne, and I just did an episode, and he's got a new show out. So we're always trying to put new episodes up, but for the archive, it's those other 500 episodes are up on the paywall on the archive.
Okay, that's a cool. Yeah, I'm just now getting in this podcasting thing. I think I'm on like episode 25 for what we've archived so far, and 30. My director just told me it's 30. So we're nice. Up to like 30 now. So I was looking at the Jasta show, and an incredible show. You got a lot of great metal people in the world, and all the people that you've run in contact with. I can't wait to do your show. I hope you could come back and do my show and do a deeper dive later down the line. But let's keep talking about what we're here for right now, and that is the TAO Cares COVID-19 Employee Relief Fund. It's a lot to say, and it's going to do a lot for a lot of people. If you can please help donate. If you want to go bid on these items, some of them are bigger ticketed, some of them are smaller. It kind of runs the gamut. But if any of those, you just can't find the means in these hard times, totally understand. Maybe even just go to the taogroup.com/TAO Cares, and you can put in any dollar on donation, any amount. And that dollar will help somebody in need, I promise. And even if times are tough, we get it. Just tell someone else who might have the means or might be interested in stuff. I know Chris has been doing cameos as well. Why don't you talk a little bit about that too, and how that's helping out the organization?
Yeah, sure. So I'm on cameo.com right now for a couple of weeks now. And basically, I've been doing a lot of them. I think I've done about 40 or 50 of them in the last 2 weeks, wishing people happy birthday, happy anniversary. I'm on a Food Network show called Chopped. I've been on it for going on 11
Wait,
years.
what's that show called? Have you heard of this show, Jamey Jasta? I think it's new, right? It's brand new.
Yeah, I think you need to do a mashup with Obituary, chopped in half. Now, have people come on and instead of you've been chopped in half.
Well, then that way, everyone would actually see that Chris is a metalhead. I mean, like, it's not in the forefront on the show. You have to know him a little bit.
Yeah,
it's funny. We did a rock edition, and Lita Ford and Eddie Ojeda from Twisted Sister and Kelly Henson from Foreigner and Dweezil Zappa competed on an episode. That was quite a trip because I grew up in the 80s, so Lita Ford was all over my bedroom, and then all of a sudden I'm telling her that she's chopped and she's got to go home. It was a really awkward moment. It was really awkward. But
it's not the way you hoped.
Yeah, wasn't I on with Eddie at your benefit? Did I meet Eddie at your benefit? And I gave him a slogan for his hot sauce, but I don't think he liked it.
What was the slogan?
Really?
Because Eddie has his own hot sauce.
Are we talking about Eddie Trump?
I think. No, Eddie Ojeda from Twisted Sister.
Okay, sorry.
And it's actually Frank, our guitar player. Shout out to Frank if he's watching. Frank came up with the slogan, but I gave it to Eddie. It was good for the soul, bad for the whole.
I mean,
that's amazing.
That's a great slogan. I mean, all right, let's get back to your cameos, Chris. Let's see if we can right this ship now. You're doing a serious thing with your cameos, and we're just talking about holes getting blasted.
I've done 40 or 50 cameos in the last couple of weeks. I've done everything from wishing people happy birthday, happy anniversary, giving cooking tips, doing some sort of a happy graduation, just little shout outs. And they're very fun. There's been some practical jokes, which are kind of funny. So people have asked me to kind of send a practical joke out. But the point of the matter is that if you book me on Cameo, every single penny that I get paid on Cameo is going to my employees, and will continue to do so probably till the end of the year, or basically until this world rights itself. So, even if you can't, that's sort of the point, is even if you can't, anyone watching right now, if you can't donate yourself, which we totally understand, everyone's struggling right now. But if you can just kind of get the word out there, if you know somebody that might love Food Network, or just want, and would like, me to just suddenly pop up and give them a message and brighten their day, all that money's going to go to someone in my family that's hurting and help them too. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, I think you touched on something kind of perfect. Go ahead, Jamey. Yeah. That's fine.
Can what if someone asks you to do like a chef diss? Like, how there's like rock beef? Like, is there ever like chef beefs? like if someone says like, "Yo, I don't like the cake guy," or the you have
to start a little war, a little cake war.
I have a great story about this. I'll keep it clean and I'll keep it quick. But I was in Las Vegas maybe 2 years ago. And it was late at night, and I was heading back. I stay at the Cosmopolitan, which is where my restaurant, Beauty and Essence, is. And I was heading back to an elevator bank, and these 4 young ladies, came over, and 2 of them, the thing about me is like I'm kind of a D-list celebrity, right? If you're into the food world, you definitely know who I am, and you can get really excited when you see me. But if you don't, you don't. So there were these 4 young women that came over, and 2 of them were so excited and couldn't believe it, and were like, hugging me and asking me for a photo. And I spent a couple of minutes with them, and then we said goodbye. And as we said goodbye, the woman who took the picture, who had no idea who it was like, "I don't get it. Who is that?" And I overheard the woman that was so excited to meet me go, "That's the Ace of Cakes guy," which is Duff Goldman. That is not me.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Wait, why did you have to keep that story clean though? We're on Drinks with Johnny. I don't know why you would think you have to keep anything clean.
It was 5 o'clock in the morning. I was heading. Who knows where I was heading back from? That
part.
Which, by the way, the Ace of Cakes guy, I got to give him a shout out because he let my daughter cut the cake. Like she could when they did the opening at MGM, because she had like the books. She watched the show like religiously. She loves your show too. Like no diss to your show. Believe me.
No worries.
When it comes to your show,
daughter,
she's as diehard as they come. So.
How old is your daughter?
Well, now she's 21.
Okay, so this was a few years ago.
Yeah, this is going back, but it was a pretty cool. It was a pretty cool event, and he let her get the first. They made like a cake that looked like the MGM lion, and she got to cut it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Did she follow up in any of that? I mean, obviously she was huge into baking. Did she follow up with any of that?
She did in like the art sense. I mean, she still cooks and is a great cook, and has made me some amazing stuff during quarantine. But mainly she's focused on her art, and like tonight is my niece, and she does. She's very multi-talented. Tonight is my nieces. it's her prom, and they're doing like a quarantine. Like they can't do a real prom, so
No,
they
of
have to
course.
do like
Right.
a socially distanced prom. So she's there doing her hair and makeup. She's like a jack of all trades. She does a lot
That's
of
awesome.
different stuff. But
Yeah, there's
very
a lot of these
talented.
social distancing things going on. I know in our neighborhood, there's some seniors in the neighborhood that actually are graduating, but they're not doing a ceremony. So we're doing a social distance at one of the end of the cul-de-sacs. And as soon as I'm done here, I have to go work the cameras over there because I'm the one with the equipment apparently.
Nice.
Nice.
So yeah, I
Awesome.
mean, let's keep it going though. Like one of the things I wanted to mention that Chris did say was all the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds of the auction, of everything you bid on the auction, off Chris's cameos, off of everything on your donations, 100% of that is all going towards the TAO Cares COVID-19 Employee Relief Fund. This isn't going into any of our pockets. It's only helping those in need right now. And anything you can do, really appreciate it. These links right down here in the description for taogroup.com/TAO Cares rather. And again, this is chrissantos.com/auction. Both those are right down here. They'll be there. They'll live in the description. If you want to come back to it later, feel free. We're also going to be keeping updating on new items to bid on right over there on the auction. I don't know, Jamey, are you ready to talk about what you're going to bring to the auction?
Yes, but I have to apologize for two reasons. Okay. So first of all, one of the things I was going to donate, I actually just broke as I was coming downstairs to do this.
Okay, we got to see it now. No, that might actually make it way cooler. Now I have to see what it is.
All
But
right.
you gotta imagine it's Jamey on stage with Hatebreed breaking shit.
Well,
Yeah, I know. Isn't that? I like that you brought that up, Chris, because the first time I saw Jamey on stage, I think I hadn't seen him on stage yet. We had met in passing and probably on Headbangers Ball, as we mentioned, and different shows and whatnot. But I didn't see. I had the reverse effect. I didn't know Jamey was that crazy on stage until afterwards. So I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's that nice gentleman.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
And then the alter ego comes out and it's
Yeah.
all over. Well, so I was like, well, I gotta give something cool, something like unique from my collection. And as you see, I got some tchotchke up here and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna take it off the shelf and I'm gonna put it over here so that I can have it within reach. And I put it on top of my dehumidifier over here because I have some guitars and stuff, and I'm learning that if you keep a guitar above a fucking heater, it's gonna get warped.
yeah.
And so,
Yeah,
I'm a singer. I'm not the
Wait, it's
greatest,
above a heater?
well, it's not. It's like kind of near the heater. So some
I'm
of my
sorry, I had to
stuff.
laugh at that.
I'm like, why is this thing out of tune?
Yeah.
Every fucking time I go to play it. So I think I'm like, oh, this is such a cool thing. I'm gonna put it here so that way I can just reach over and grab it. Of course, as I'm coming down, I fucking kicked the thing and I knocked it over and I broke it into a bunch of parts. But hold on, I was trying to frantically glue it before.
How long is it? Is this going to take you a
return
few
my
seconds
phone
to grab,
call.
Jamey? Because if it's going to take you a few seconds to grab, maybe Chris can walk me through this Jägermeister drink that we were going to share.
Yes.
All right.
you did that.
So what's this?
Perfect.
Okay. So this one is called. Can you remind me what this one's called, Chris?
Yeah, so this is the Jägermeister cold brew soda. So
Jägermeister cold brew soda. Hit the graphic.
Jägermeister cold brew is I don't know if you can see this if I'm on or not.
I can see it. I can see it. I
It's,
got mine
it's
too.
a brand new product. It's been on the store shelves for about 2 months. You can find it nationwide. You can find it on Drizzly and all those sort of the sites that deliver to your house. It's delicious. It's become a little bit. I might have a soft addiction to it at this point. It's just really, really tasty. It's essentially Jägermeister with cold brew coffee, hints of cacao. It's great on its own. I'm sipping it on a big rock as I tend to do, but it makes great cocktails. And so last Tuesday we made an old fashioned with it.
That was a great
tonight we're
cocktail.
making-
I was
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised by that because I'm a traditional old fashioned. Most of the drinks that I make, I don't know if you've watched much of the show before. Most of the drinks I make are traditional old speakeasy style drinks. That's kind of my go-to.
Yeah. I think most people are pleasantly surprised. I mean, I've been working with Jägermeister since 2013, and I cook with Jägermeister, and we create craft cocktails. Their cocktail guru Willie Shine really has an amazing array of recipes. People overlook Jägermeister and don't realize how complex really it is. But that's
versatile, right? Obviously, it's versatile. If you're saying you
very
do all this stuff
versatile. 56 botanicals. Lots of notes of orange and clove and things of that nature.
And this has been Jägermeister by Drinks with Johnny.
Yeah.
Don't forget the elk's blood.
All right, so we've propped him up enough. We've propped him up enough. Let's get into it.
Yeah, very simple. It's going to be 1.5 ounces of the cold brew, a quarter of an ounce of simple syrup, and a quarter of an ounce of lemon juice, which you're going to pour over ice with 3 ounces of soda water.
So I'm going to start with the ice and the Collins glass. This is a Collins glass drink, correct?
Correct. Yep, highball or Collins works.
All right. I'm gonna fill up my Collins with a little bit of ice real quick to start this off.
Yep. I got my Jägermeister wristband on. Ounce and a half of the cold brew.
See, they haven't sent me that yet, dude. I'll have to get that.
No.
All right. And then what was next?
And then a quarter ounce of simple syrup and a quarter ounce of just lemon juice.
Perfect.
This is almost like an Italian style, like coffee infused soda.
Okay.
And then you're going to use about 3 ounces of soda water, which you're going to just build this whole thing over ice, give it a stir. And then you're going to garnish it with an expressed lemon peel, which basically means the zest of some lemon that you're going to, with your fingers, just kind of squeeze the juice into the drink, and then rub the rim of the glass, and then take a sip. And I think you're going to love it.
All right, I'm a couple steps behind. I'm gonna get it. I think I'm onto the soda. Yeah, I'm not as fast as these guys on Chopped. Okay.
Like, well, I'm not making it. I'm not making it. I'm just,
I'm still a novice here. All right, just give me a break.
Yes.
So you said about 3 ounces. I'm just gonna eyeball those 3 ounces.
I mean, whatever you like. You can a little heavier, a little lighter. I mean, it's 4 o'clock or what? 4:30 on the West Coast. So maybe a little more soda water. I don't know.
Why would I do more soda water if it's 4:30? Anytime after 3 under quarantine, I'm good.
Okay.
All right.
It's amazing the business that liquor stores are doing right now. By the way, there's a line outside our local liquor store here in LA. It's unbelievable.
I don't doubt it. Oh wait, I forgot to do the stir first. You do the stir first, and then the lemon, right? The lemon twist.
Yeah. Yep.
Ooh. I mean, it's getting a nice little color here. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's very refreshing.
All right, everybody, let's cheers. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. This is a lot of fun, man. I mean, to be honest, it's more refreshing than anything else. There's not a lot of the Jaeger. I mean, you get some of the botanical flavors that you mentioned, but I get just a hint of coffee and some botanicals, and then mostly lemon and soda water. This is
I mean, the cold brew only makes up about a third of the drink, or a quarter, between a quarter and a third of the drink. So it's really meant to be just like a refreshing summertime drink that kind of takes you somewhere else in your mind, like coastal Italy or something like that. But brought to you by Germany.
Yeah. That almost happened. I don't want to bring up history right now, but that almost happened.
So Jamey, let's get back to
Is that too soon? Is that joke too soon?
Yeah. I'm going to keep this I'm going to keep this on the rails and go to the auction now. Go to the auction.
So before we offend everybody, go to the auction right now. This is chrissantos.com/auction, and we've got a bunch of really cool items there for you already, and we're about to add some new ones with Jamey Jasta, and he's got a great little story behind it. If you're just now tuning in, I'll take it to you now, Jamey.
All right, so I'm gonna fix it. So it's gonna be fixed by me, and I'm gonna do my best.
Art. This is going to be a piece of art.
Before I show you, you guys got to each list off 4 of your, and they can't be in Avenged Sevenfold. It has to be another band. 4 of your favorite guitar players ever that are alive. They got to be alive. And hopefully what I'm going to give to the auction is a statue of one of those 4.
We're each listing 4, or we're listing 2 each?
Each 4. And because I'm hoping that he is one of your favorites, but let's see.
Oh boy.
Living rock god.
Okay, I mean, it's hard to say for me because you got to go. What are you doing? Lead or rhythm guitar? I mean, Where with a lead? Okay, we got to go lead. Okay.
Shredder. Oh yeah, let's go Shredder.
Shredder. Kirk Hammett.
Okay, yeah, you stole mine, you son of a bitch.
Well, you get next pick.
Fuck. No, he said living, Brando. My fucking director just said Dimebag. I was like, that's an easy one, but I can't say Dimebag. Let me think. Shit. Oh, who's your boy from Anthrax and Volbeat? Why am I drawing a blank? Who's playing
Rob
with
Caggiano.
Caggiano. Yep.
One day I hope Caggiano has his own statue. I don't know if he's there yet. Not by my choice. If I was making
so it's a statue. This is like a guessing game.
It's like more of a okay. It's more of a guessing game. I thought you just wanted to know.
It's not Eddie Van Halen.
No.
That's not okay.
Shredder. Not
Shredder.
I think your audience is probably yelling at the screen right now.
Yeah, they probably
okay.
are.
Zach
Here
Wilde.
we go. What?
Oh, that's a great guess. Zach Wilde. It's got to be. There it is.
Sorry, Zach.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But
you know, I will say that does make this item even more special. Not only was it broken, but it's going to be put back together by Jamey Jasta.
I got my glue.
Hatebreed. He's got his glue.
I got my glue right here.
I'm just glad
he's going to work on it as soon as we're done with this. And he's got time. The auction doesn't close till June 7th.
I feel like I just won a prize, but
now Chris is going to go bid on it. Yeah, he's acting like a giddy little schoolgirl. But he's going to bid on this piece of art. But you need to sign it and say fixed or curated by Jamey Jasta.
Yes.
like a real piece of art.
I was gonna because it was Drinks with Johnny. I was gonna try to find a little like beer, like a St. Pauli beer bottle, or like an O'Doul's because we're both.
Yeah, because he doesn't drink.
Now Zach and I, we both enjoy the O'Doul's instead. But I thought that would be funny to put like an O'Doul's in there. Yeah. But I'll get it. Like I'll get it so it's.
I mean, what are you doing to his hand there now? I mean, that was no longer trying to show me where no duels will go.
Oh, I've done much worse to this statue.
All right, so you got a Zach Wilde to be reconstructed by you. Is there anything else, or is that?
Yes.
Is that
but this, can I just say, I really didn't want to part with these, and I had to have someone else do the smell test. I was like, I'm gonna wash them, and I washed them. But then after I washed them, I was like, just be honest with me. And I don't want to say who, because they said, don't say this on the live stream. Don't say that I did this. But I said, just smell where the balls are and tell me if it still smells like balls. And they were like, nope, it smells clean. So my favorite Slayer shorts.
And how often would you say you've worn those? I mean, are those like you're going to the gym or going on stage, or like where? How often are you wearing these, and how sweaty did they get prior to you cleaning them?
These were walking the dog, going to bed, so they weren't really that bad, I gotta say. And I washed them with a very fragrant, nice detergent. And so if there's any lingering ball cheese smell, I apologize, but hey, it makes for a good story.
It makes for a great story, and I have to say, we'll put it in the description, but if we're going to describe this thing, I'm going to need to ask about the details. How often were you wearing underwear, and was it boxers or briefs?
It was sheathunderwear.com, use code Jasta, and
he's cutting promos on my show now. Now that's a true professional right there.
And I was going to say, I was going to throw a pair of sheath underwear in them in case anybody was worried about having that, crossover with me.
I like it.
Well, right. so we got. So
now is that a package? Is it you get so let me just see if I get this right. You get the broken but reconstructed Zach Wilde figurine or figure, and then you get the gently worn Slayer shorts as one item, or are they separate items?
Whatever you want. And I don't have it here, but I also have framed handwritten lyrics of I Will Be Heard, which is one of our popular songs that I wrote out as best as I could, that I'm going to throw in as well. So
wow, that's amazing.
all three separate. I never do handwritten lyrics. I've only started doing them during this quarantine because I had a lot of people hitting me up about it. Once Kirk, I work with Crowbar, and so once Kirk started sending out all his handwritten lyrics, some people had hit me up. So I put them up at martyrstore.net, and there was one extra that I'm giving to this. So, but they're currently sold out. They're sold out because it's way too time consuming to do handwritten lyrics as I'm seeing now. So we're a little backed up.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Such a cool item, right? I mean, I think we're gonna have to separate these out. I think those items are special on their own. I think we separate them out and let the people.
I Will Be Heard is an iconic Hatebreed song, and just like I think that in and of itself. I mean, all three of those things I would bid on myself. Probably the shorts last, but only because we're different sizes, not because of any other reason.
Oh, we've all added the COVID-19, as we say.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Yeah.
It might be 29 at this point.
Oh my God.
Well, what have you guys been doing? I already asked Chris this question on Tuesday, so a lot of people already know. He's just been super busy as things are starting to open back up. He's got a lot of people to take care of. Jamey, I know I saw you guys put out some new Hatebreed music in February, right? Is the album out yet? Are we expecting it soon, or what? Or is there an album, or is this the new way that you're following up, like with the digital streaming age? I mean, it's the Wild West, as both of you guys know. You being in the record producing and you being in Hatebreed yourself. It's the Wild West out there now, man. There's no wrong way to release music at this point, and who knows if it's ever going to go back to the structures that it had before in any facet, right? I mean, structures for an album release may just never go back. That's always going to be up to the artist how they want to do it. How are you guys doing it with Hatebreed? And when can we do you have an expected time? Or I understand everything's up in the air during a pandemic, so if there's no date, no pressure there, obviously.
Yeah, it's still up in the air. I would like it to be sooner than later, but now that I've been sort of doing my own label again since 2017. Obviously, we never had a situation between now and then that could have, given me more insight. But just from doing the first Jasta Lost Chapters in 2017, and then from producing the D. Snyder album in 2018, and then doing another Jasta album, which was like a sequel to the previous album. Yeah, I saw, what's out there as far as physical sales and direct to the fans sales. And so once I saw that, especially with D, selling so many physical copies, and obviously his fans are a little older than Hatebreed fans.
Gotcha,
But once I did this Jasta album over Christmas, and I saw how many, and I didn't even do vinyl yet. I'm still working out the vinyl because the plants were backed up and now plants are closed. But in seeing that, I can understand why labels are pushing the front line releases back, because, we all grew up going to these stores, these retail stores, whether it was the mom and pops or some of the regional chains like the Newberry Comics and Zia and Amoeba. And there are still a lot of people who purchase records there, but then also Amazon in various different countries, and then countries where like Germany and Scandinavia and South America, where stores are still always packed with record buyers for physical product. I can see why they want to protect their investment, especially with Lamb of God, Hatebreed, Carcass, and all these releases in the pipeline. They employ a lot of people, and at first I was like, let's just get it out. But to have the Parkway Drive World Tour all push back now into 2021, and it's such a huge opportunity for us to get back on these big arena stages with such a massive band like that.
You said you were going to play. You were scheduled to play Wembley recently, right?
Yeah, and that day I was having kind of a pity party, and I was like, I'm in my basement, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be on stage at Wembley Arena, and I had a humbling situation with a friend of mine who was going through something really bad, and I was like, man, I'm such a fucking asshole. Like,
I'm supposed to be at Wembley. I was like, man, I'm supposed to be working at a normal job right now.
And so, you know, in the grand scheme of things, pushing back an album 6 months, 8 months, it's not a big deal, and it's going to be worth the wait. And I totally respect Nuclear Blast's position on that. And Lamb of God did eventually get their street date. You know, it's coming out, and I'm singing on the record. I did a song that came out really brutal. It's a great song, and so I think that'll tide people over for a little bit. And the Carcass album, I'm hearing, you know, might come out in like August or September or October. So if the Hatebreed album could come out in November, December, or even, I don't know, January, February, I'd be happy with that. But we'll see. I think it's realistic to release another song at some point. And
that was going to be my next question. If you just thought, like, in the interim, you might release 1 or 2 more songs on the way to the album, just to keep it fresh and keep people. I mean, in this day and age, everyone's entertainment is right there, so you're competing with a lot of stuff.
So yeah, if I can actually interject, I would say 2 things. I'm part of the Metal Blade family. I have a small label of our own, but we're just talking about how horrible this pandemic has affected the music industry as well. But when the live concert business comes back to life, I mean, it's going to be the healthy, especially in the metal community. It's probably going to be the healthiest it's ever been, because people are going to be so hungry to go out and commiserate and just be at shows. Number one. And number 2, what's been an amazing thing during this pandemic is how we're using other ways to entertain our fans. Like, I'm a huge fan of Gojira. They just released their Live at Red Rock last week. It was amazing. And I know that this weekend, Jamey, you're part of Slay at Home Fest. I'm part of it as well. Metal Injection is putting on this first ever virtual heavy metal festival and arts festival. So it's amazing how we're able to continue to sort of adapt and whatnot. But I think that in 2021, as much as a drag as 2020 is, when things start to get back to normal and people can get back out there. I mean, you think about how crazy a Hatebreed concert is, or an Avenged Sevenfold concert, or any metal concert is in a small venue or a big venue. Can you imagine what it's going to be like in 2021 if we're all allowed to go back out again? Those concerts are going to be insane.
I can't wait, man. Yeah. I mean, it's we've been off for too long. I mean, we got off at the end of summer 2018, and
the Metallica tour, right?
Yeah, after the Metallica tour, and then we went to do the festival run in Europe, and then we were done. So and that ends in middle of July, I believe, end of July, something like that. And then we go home, and we were getting geared up to do another tour. Didn't happen, so we've been just at home, writing and doing that. It's still staying busy in Avenged Sevenfold. We took control of our online merch again. A lot of good things have been happening, but when you, Jamey, as you know, when you want to be on that stage, it's a catch-22. You're like, when you've been out on the road for too long, you want to be home, and then when you're at home for too long, you want to be out on the road. And you miss that fucking stage, that energy, all that stuff. And I've been home for over 2 years, and it's going to be another year probably after that. I mean, realistically, we just don't know when things are going to go back to normal. We hope 2021, but still like a lot going on in there. What's some of the things that you miss the most about it, Jamey?
Honestly, I just miss the energy that you really can't put into words. It's like it's like an electricity almost, where you get that high from playing, and then it's sort of like the other 23 hours in the day, you just kind of like, oh man, this is okay, but that's what I really want to be doing.
That's true.
And I do like shitting in my own toilet. I do like sleeping in my own bed. The best part about shitting in my own toilet is usually no one's been in it before me. And
that is not the case for many a dressing room. That's just not the case.
I would not have gotten that reference, except I was on the Mayhem Festival for 3 weeks, courtesy of Jägermeister, and I definitely know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, so I have to interrupt you guys.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to my amazing assistant, Amy Landsman,
who
has
Amy has been helping out so much.
The behind the scenes thing. She's been the behind the scenes person taking care of things. And we're going to put you on the spot now a little bit, Jamey. So we have so many packages. If you want to see them, if you're watching this right now, It's you go to thisischrissantos.com/auction, but they range from a signed cookbook from me for $40 is the opening bid, or Johnny, you have a signed bass that was on tour with you during the Metallica run that I think the starting bid was $1,000. Is that right?
Yep, that's correct.
So giving you the range of $40 as an opener and $1,000 as a high end, we want you to name your opening bid numbers for your broken Zakk Wylde figure, your used Slayer shorts, and the handwritten lyrics to "I Will Be Heard."
All right. So the Slayer shorts, I think, because they're very lightly worn and they're clean and smell good, very minimal ball cheese smell. Which, as a chef, maybe if you were to say it's like a little bit of like a rogue fur with like a slight vinaigrette or something. What's the Irish one? What's the Irish one?
I don't know. I'm half Irish, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh shit!
You're talking about like a Irish dish, like haggis or some shit like that?
Yeah, you talking about the Irish,
the cheese.
Irish cheese? Oh gosh, I don't know.
Shit,
Jamey,
what is it?
I don't know.
Fromunda. It's fromunda.
Yeah, that's Danish. That's Danish.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I think start these at $40, right? And
$40 for the Slayer.
And I will include a certificate of authenticity and a signed 8x10. Okay.
All
Ooh.
right. Oh, that's actually a good package.
That's
For
a great
the
package.
Zakk Wylde broken with
Soon to be rebuilt.
Refurbished. We call that refurbished.
Refurbished with the bullseye. I will get it back on there. And just look at Zack's. Just look at his.
His face is amazing right there.
It's so great. I mean, I think
There's so many jokes I could say about that I have to refrain.
Yeah, come on now.
I love you. No, Zakk Wylde is one of my favorite, if not my favorite guitar player ever. Father Zakk is a living legend, one of the greatest to have ever done it. I think even with what will soon be fixed, I'm going to say started at a hunch.
I like that.
I like it. I like it.
And I do think it is. You're downselling the part that it was broken. I think it's even more special that it was broken and put back together by your own two hands. That makes it even more special, I think.
Right? I think so too. I was gonna say I could even maybe include with this also a certificate of authenticity. I don't know why I'm so into the certificate of authenticity. I think because I saw Gary Holt does it on his Instagram.
There you go.
And a signed 8x10. And if I have any, I was looking for a Zakk Wylde pick, right? Oh. And I was looking through some of the guitar picks here, and I was like, I don't know who's who, but I found a couple, and I thought I could just include them, and then maybe it could be like
guess who?
Like a potluck. Like I think this is John Donai. How do you say it? From Shadows Fall.
Oh, Shadows
Fall.
Mm-hmm.
We can put that in there. And then for the signed lyrics with certificate of
authenticity.
Right, because it's an auction, right? At an auction. Is Chris going to do the like the
No, this is
an online auction.
No, online auction. You place your bid, and then if you get outbid, you get a text message saying that you've been outbid and now you have to bid more.
Oh, but can you do like an audio file of you going, do I see 150? Do I see 170? 220
yes,
over
we
here?
we could definitely do that.
I think that's something that we should auction off, actually. That should be, you get the video of Chris Santos being the auctioneer.
With a certificate of authenticity.
I do have a Gary Rosington from Lynyrd Skynyrd guitar pick.
Whoa.
That's
no
was
joke.
It was actually given to me when I sat next to him on a plane. And I thought, this has got to be the safest plane ever, right?
Yeah.
There's no way.
Fuck, man.
Right?
It's not going to happen again. It's not going to happen again.
So I carry that fucking pick with me on every flight as good luck.
don't let that go. Don't let
Yeah,
that
don't
right.
let that one go.
Yeah, don't
But
let that go.
that is a phenomenal story. And since we probably just lost half of our fan base just now, before the rest of you leave, go to thisischrissantos.com/auction.
Wait, did we set a price for the lyrics?
Oh no, we did it. What were the
Oh.
price? What'd you start those? So we got 40 for the ball pants. We got refurbished Zach Wild for $100
And
lyrics.
the signed lyrics, and it's going to have also a signed by everyone in Hatebreed 8x10 and certificate of authenticity. I say $125 start it.
Love
Done.
it.
I like it.
Love it.
I like it.
Those are absolutely great items that you can bid on right now by clicking in this link right here in this description. This is chrissantos.com/auction. Those are some awesome items that have been added to the auction. That's going to happen pretty much as we speak. As Chris said, his assistant Amy has been helping us out so greatly with everything like that. She has been the one making this all possible. We're really just the idea guys and making drinks and then having a conversation. She's really the one.
Amy's the brains behind the operation. Let's be real.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Amy.
So I know we only have a couple minutes left. I want to just thank Jamey again for being such a big part of this.
Yes,
You're
absolutely.
so
Thank
cool.
you, Jamey.
The thing about this is that, I knew that if I asked, you'd say yes before you even knew what the pitch was. So thank you very much.
Anytime. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
The money we're going to raise is just going to make a real difference. I think we should talk about next week. We have a couple of special guests next week, Johnny, if you want to talk
absolutely.
about that real quick.
So last thing though, real quick, the other link that's down there is for the TAO Group.com/TAO Cares, and that's if you can't come up with the money to bid on some of these items, they already get out of your range.
No problem.
No problem. Go to TAOGroup.com/TAO Cares, and you can come up with any dollar amount. Anything helps. We would greatly appreciate it.
Or just tell somebody to book me on Cameo.
Or Cameo, and someone asked him to be the auctioneer on Cameo. That should be worth a couple bucks. So next week we got some really great guests that we pulled together. Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm is going to be on. She's got an awesome piece of rock history, really, to donate for the auction that'll happen on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, a week from today, we'll be joined by Rob Trujillo. We don't yet know what he's going to be adding to the auction, but I'm sure it's going to be something you all want.
Yeah, and just Rob is. I mean, both Lizzie and Rob are so great. The conversation will be amazing. I'll try to talk less than I did tonight. But it's hard,
Yeah, what are you trying to do, Chris? It's my show.
Rob told me he's actually giving one ponytail to the auction.
Whoa.
He's gonna.
Oh.
No.
That would be. I knew that was bullshit, but it still makes you raise the eyebrow, right? You're like, wow.
Yeah.
That would go for big. It would go big.
Huge.
Big.
All right,
wear it
last
as a
time, let's
devil
pip
lock.
this out.
If I bid on it, I would just wear it like I would join the Misfits and I would just wear his ponytail.
That's the only way to go. That's the only way to go. Tie it, grow your hair out just a little bit longer so you could tie it in though, so it sticks in there.
I got
really
nothing.
nice.
I got nothing to tie it into.
Same.
Well, you're gonna have to use the super glue that Jamey Jasta has to put the figurine back together, and then you can go to. I don't know where this part of the conversation went, but everyone, please go to TAOcares.com/TAO Cares. Sorry, TAOgroup.com/TAO Cares.
Thank you.
And put in any dollar in donation there, or keep coming back to thisischrissantos.com/auction. Right there, we got all these great things that you could bid on. Jamey Jasta has his ball sweat fucking shorts that he's giving away. It's a fantastic one as well.
We'll have all that stuff up, but that stuff will be up probably tonight if I know Amy well enough.
Tonight or tomorrow morning.
First thing tomorrow morning for sure.
And as I said, you're going to want to keep coming back and seeing where the bids are at and what new items we have as we have our next guest coming up next week. Jamey, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I do look forward to us doing each other's podcast in a longer form down the line. And let's prop out some of Jamey's stuff right now. Jamey Jasta on Instagram, right? Is that one of your main guys? And where are you at Twitter and Facebook? I imagine you got one of those too.
Yep, it's just my name on all social media profiles except Facebook is Jasta HQ. And if everybody wants to check out a really cool show for the next 48 hours, Clutch and Crowbar and Blacktop Mojo and Saul, they streamed a show last night. It was awesome. It's at livefrom.events/Doom Saloon, and you can find it on the Crowbar and Clutch socials as well. Clutch is obviously a big band here on YouTube, so people can just look up Clutch's YouTube or
just head right over there after this.
Legends.
Search Clutch.
Legends.
Legendary band.
Legend.
Follow the Jasta show. We're on YouTube now too. It's just if you search the Jasta show, you'll see it'll come up. And yeah, like I said, anytime you want to come on, Johnny and Chris too. I know we've been trying to make it happen for a long time.
We're gonna figure it out. We'll make it
done.
happen. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Really, I can't thank you enough.
Those items are fucking seriously
Can't wait
special.
to see you,
Thank
gamble
so
with
much.
you, and that whole thing.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool, guys. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to let you guys go now, Chris. Thanks again so much. Everyone, head over.
Thank you.
This is chrissantos.com/auction and taogroup.com/TAO Cares to help out with this great cause. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to say goodbye to the rest of the fans here in a second.
Thanks, guys.
All right, see you
Bye,
Tuesday.
guys. Thank you.
Bye. All right, that's just going to wrap it up for this episode of Drinks with Johnny, Thirsty Thursday. Please, as I said throughout the episode, go to thisischrissantos.com/auction to help out with the TAO Cares COVID-19 Employee Relief Fund. That is going towards a lot of people who have been put out of work due to this pandemic and are struggling to pay for funerals and even put food on their tables. So if you have the means, please donate. And if you don't, I totally understand. Spread the word to somebody else who might. That's pretty much what we got going on for the next couple episodes. As we said, we got Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm coming on and Rob Trujillo from Metallica, as if I even need to say those things. But they're both going to be on, and we're going to have another great conversation with them, as well as get some new items up on the auction for you guys to bid on. So I guess that's pretty much it, and head over to drinkswithjohnny.com for the archives of all the episodes and much more on the TAO Cares COVID-19 Employee Relief Fund. So yeah, head over to there, head over to our social medias. That's Drinks with Johnny pretty much everywhere. Yeah, just make sure you head over there. We got all the information. We'll keep coming out with stuff for you guys. Really appreciate all your guys' support, and until next time. Oh, make sure you hit the subscribe button down here too. My director just reminded me. It's a good thing he's there. Yeah, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of these other episodes that are going to be coming out, okay? Really appreciate it. Subscriptions really help out the show, as well as everything that you can do to support. So until next time, thank you guys so much. Cheers.